The overwhelming burden of emotional attachment, feeling trapped in a cycle of attachment that seems impossible to break free from. It's a common struggle that can leave you feeling powerless and stuck. But here's the silver lining. Change is not only possible, but well within your reach. Drawing wisdom from ancient Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, we will uncover the key to mastering the art of detachment and breaking free from the emotional chains that bind us. In this transformative video, we will explore the profound principles of Stoicism to guide you on a journey towards emotional freedom. By applying these timeless teachings, you will discover practical and healthy strategies to detach from someone or something that weighs heavily on your mind. Say goodbye to the mental shackles of attachment and embrace a newfound sense of clarity and focus on what truly matters in your life. If you believe in the power of personal growth and are ready to break free from the chains of emotional attachment, then this video is for you. Let's begin.
At Sky Vegas, get 50 seriously free spins when you join, and 200 more when you deposit and spend £10. No wagering required. What you win is what you keep. Sky Vegas. Play. It's why we're here.
1. The power of detachment. Why is detachment important? Think about it. When we cling too tightly to people or situations, they begin to control us. It's like giving someone else the remote to your feelings, letting them flip through the channels at will. Their influence can dictate your happiness, your sadness, and in extreme cases, can drive people to make irreversible decisions. Detaching doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you're assigning the proper weight to things outside your control. Imagine your emotions are like a kite. Now this might seem odd, but stick with me. Every string attached to something or someone represents a potential direction your emotions can be pulled. If you hold on to too many strings or hold one too tightly, you're at the mercy of the wind. Stoicism teaches us to loosen our grip, to understand that while we can't control the wind, we can decide which strings to hold. This doesn't make you cold or indifferent. It makes you grounded and resilient. Let's get a bit more practical. Start by identifying what or who you're overly attached to. Next, ask yourself, why? Are you seeking validation, afraid of loneliness, or something else? Understanding the root of your attachment is the first step in loosening its grip. Now, engage in activities that fill you with a sense of purpose and satisfaction. The goal here is to rebuild the foundation of your happiness on your own capability, not on external affirmations. This is how you cultivate stoic resilience, by finding contentment and strength within yourself, irrespective of external circumstances. Remember, detachment doesn't make you less empathetic or compassionate, nor does it make you devoid of feelings or connections. On the contrary, it allows you to offer genuine care without draining yourself. It teaches you to love without losing yourself in the process. This stoic practice doesn't just apply to people. It's about detaching from outcomes too. Strive for excellence, but don't hinge your self-worth on the results. When you detach in a healthy way, you grant yourself the freedom to experience life's full spectrum without letting any single experience or person anchor you down. Detachment in its essence sets you free. 2. Understanding attachment. You need to realize that when you're attached to something, you are operating from your ego. Let's strip things back to basics. We are creatures of love at our core. Think about a newborn baby, radiating joy, untouched by the complexities of ego. Yet, as we age, our ego takes the driver's seat, cluttering our lives with attachments. These attachments, whether to people or ideals, cloud our judgment and distract us from our essence, which is love. Remember this: attachment is the game of the ego, the very antithesis of love and self-contentment. If we step back and view our desires and connections through this lens, we begin to see the unnecessary weight they add to our lives and our capacity for love. It's acknowledging that while someone can be special to us, our completeness doesn't rely on their presence. This realization liberates us from fear-based attachment, empowering us to love freely without clinging desperately. Finally, resonating with the Stoic philosophy, it's invaluable to practice seeing every individual, including ourselves, through a lens of equality. Every you go, you'll never reach it because it's not real. Detachment isn't about giving up happiness. It's about defining it on your own terms. So, to emotionally detach, follow the Stoic principle. Focus on what's within your control, your thoughts, your actions, your growth. It's empowering to realize that. 5. The path to happiness. Where does true value come from? It's a question that, when answered, can pivot us away from unnecessary attachments and towards a state of emotional freedom. Understanding this concept is particularly crucial when the challenge is to detach from someone. Emotional detachment. It starts with the understanding that you are complete, with or without someone's affirmation. Your journey is about discovering the expanses of your own sky, learning to love the freedom that comes from flying solo when necessary. Embrace Stoicism's wisdom. Focus on.
What if your buds could turn a public place into a private moment?
Do you hear that heartbeat?
Yes. Yes, I do.
We miss you.
On my way. On my way. I'll see you soon. Gemini, I just had my baby's heartbeat for the first time. Google Pixel Bud.
The greatest threat to your power is not your enemy, it's your own emotions. Your need to be loved, your fear of being alone, your desperation to feel. Somewhere along the way, you were taught to care, to feel deeply, to take things personally. That was your first mistake. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every insult that ever broke you came from this one flaw. You let the world touch your inner world. Machiavelli didn't. He watched from a distance, studied people like a surgeon studies disease, not with emotion, but with precision. He understood something the weak never will. If you want peace, you must first destroy your sensitivity. You must train yourself to become immune to love, to hate, to praise, to shame. No one can hurt you when you are emotionally invisible. No one can manipulate you when you feel nothing that they expect. No one can defeat you when your heart is untouchable and your mind is the only God you worship. This isn't about being cold. It's about being free. In this video, we will teach you how to disappear from emotional slavery and rise as your final form, a man no one can affect, a man Machiavelli would fear. You want to become untouchable. You want to live in a way where no betrayal, no
You want them to respect you, right? Nah, that's too soft. You want them to fear you. You want to walk into a room and their breath catches. No words, no smile, no nod of approval, just silence. Let the quiet choke the life out of them. You see, words are cheap. Actions, well, actions are louder. But silence is a scream, my friend. It's the kind of scream that echoes in their heads when you leave the room, long after you've gone. People, they're predictable, weak, always running their mouths, trying to convince others they're strong, important, that they matter.
Therapy has been such a massive part of my last 2 years, a massive part of the reason that I'm able to be a musician again. I think I'll always be an anxious person. I think accepting that that's always going to be there for me is a big thing. It's about how I respond to anxiety and how I respond to...
It's time to say goodbye, and this time, forever. Have you ever felt that, despite all your efforts, you can't